morning. Is this Mr. Roger Mason? Okay. Mr. Mason, my name is Debbie Miller. I'm calling from Blue Arc Healthcare. You received a letter from your physician concerning the Be Well asthma study. Wanted to see if we could just take a few moments, see if you might be eligible for that study. Do you do recall receiving that letter? You do recall receiving that letter in the mail? Okay. All right. It'll just take a few moments, and this will help us determine whether or not you would be eligible for the Be Well study. Okay. Now, before we go forward, I'd like to read a short narrative to you. It is required by the Department of Health and Human Services to give you full information about the study. This will just take about 45 seconds, and then we'll go forward with the screening, if that would be okay. Okay, you are being invited to participate in the Be Well main study, which is being conducted by doctors and researchers at selected medical centers of Blue Arc Healthcare in Northern California. The Be Well trial aims to determine the effects of an evidence-based lifestyle weight management program on asthma symptoms and lung function among adults with asthma whose weight is above the healthy range. The purpose of this step in the screening is to find out if you are or are not potentially eligible to participate in the main study. Depending on the results of this screening, you may be invited to attend an in-person study visit for further tests to determine your eligibility. If you prove fully eligible, you'll have 3 additional visits with study staff over the next 12 months. In addition, you may be randomly selected to participate in a lifestyle intervention program in which you're counseled on evidence-based weight loss strategies. Do you want to continue with this screening to determine whether or not you might be a candidate for the main study? Okay, great. Now, this study requires that participants are able to read, speak, and understand English. Do you meet those requirements? Okay. Have you been told by your doctor or another healthcare professional that you do have asthma? Okay. This study is for people between the ages of 18 and 70 years of age. Do you meet those requirements? Do you fall between 18 and 70 years of age? Okay. And could I get your date of birth, please? Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to ask you 5 survey questions. The survey is designed to help you describe your asthma and how your asthma affects how you feel and what you're able to do. So I'll just be asking these questions, and you can give me the appropriate answer. I will be giving you the answers after each question. In the past 4 weeks, how much time did your asthma keep you from getting as much done at work or at home? All the time, most of the time, some of the time, a little of the time, none of the time? Okay. During the past 4 weeks, how often have you had symptoms of asthma like coughing, wheezing, shortness of breath? More than once a day, 3 to 6 times a week, once or twice a week, not at all. Okay. During the past 4 weeks, how often did your asthma symptoms, like wheezing, coughing, shortness of breath, chest tightness or pain, wake you up at night or earlier than usual in the morning? 4 or more nights a week, 2 to 3 nights a week, once or twice, not at all. Okay. Okay. Once a week, probably. Okay. During the past 4 weeks, how often have you used your rescue inhaler or nebulizer medication like your albuterol, Ventolin, Proventil, Maxera, Permethrin mix for relief of asthma symptoms? And don't include the times you took the rescue inhaler prior to exercise, but rather as a rescue. 3 or more times a day, 1 to 2 times a day, 2 to 3 times a week, once a week or less, not at all. How would you rate your asthma control during the past 4 weeks? Not controlled, poorly controlled, somewhat controlled, well controlled, completely controlled? Okay. And you've been with Blue Arc Healthcare for at least the past 12 months, right? Okay. And you receive your primary care at one of our facilities in the Bay Area? Okay. Do you plan to continue with Blue Arc during the next 18 months? Okay. And are you planning to move out of the Bay Area in the next 18 months? Okay. Okay. Within the past 3 months, have you used diet pills or any medication to control your weight, or do you plan on taking any of these medications in the next 18 months? Okay. Are you planning on having bariatric weight loss surgery in the next 18 months? Bariatric weight loss surgery? Okay. Are you able to participate in regular moderate intensity physical activity like brisk walking? Okay. Do you take insulin? Have you ever had any of the following conditions, sir? Diabetes, stroke, heart attack, heart failure, coronary bypass surgery or angioplasty, blood vessel surgery to open arteries in your neck or legs, HIV or AIDS, failure of the liver or kidney, okay, cancer other than non-melanoma skin cancer. Okay. In the last 2 years, have you been hospitalized for psychological or emotional problems? Do you live in the same household with someone who's enrolled in this study or affiliated with this study in any way? Okay. Do you live in a long-term care facility? Are you in hospice care? Okay, great. Well, based on the answers you've given us, we've determined that you may be eligible to continue to the next step in the screening process for the study, and that involves completing an in-person visit at the clinic. Now, I have 2 other optional questions. You're not required to answer them, but we'd like to just get some demographic information if possible. Could I get your primary race, please? And the options are American Indian or Alaska Native, Asian Pacific Islander, Black, African American, white, or other. Okay. All right. I'd like to just get a daytime phone number, please. Uh-huh. Great. And I just have a mailing address here of 123 Main Street, Anytown, California, 99999. Okay, thank you. Great. Now what I'd like to do is go ahead and schedule your appointment. We're looking at April 1st to April 30th, and I'm wondering what days of the week might be best for you. Are you earlier in the week or later in the week or best? Midweek? Tuesday through Thursday? Okay. How about April 10th at 9 o'clock? Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, and that's going to be at the Blue Arc Clinic in Los Altos. Okay. The appointment will run about an hour and a half. We will explain more about the study to you, and we'll continue with our screening at that appointment. Prior to that appointment date, you will receive a packet in the mail, and I will be giving you a reminder call on Monday or Tuesday of that week just to remind you of the appointment. Okay? Mr. Mason, thank you so much for your willingness to screen today. We very much appreciate it. You're doing a big service to medical research just by your willingness to screen. We can't guarantee that you will go forward, but we'll continue to assess your eligibility at the appointment on April 10th. Thank you very much.